A night at Fivemile Butte Lookout in the shadow of Mount Hood, or any of Oregon's rentable lookouts, is a unique adventure. An adventure that begins before you get there. Recently, my daughter and I took a few days to visit this lookout. Unlike most lookouts, in the summer you can drive all the way to Fivemile Butte Lookout. But because of deep snow this spring, we had to stash my car and snowshoe the final 3 miles to the lookout. The hike is scenic, but if you're a 9-year-old girl wearing snowshoes for the first time, it can be rather challenging. But when the lookout comes into view, it is clearly worth the effort. Fivemile Butte Lookout was built in 1934 and is a 14 by 14 foot cabin atop a 40-foot tower. When we arrived, Mackenzie bolted for the steps to explore the cabin, while I hoisted our gear up to the catwalk. The fire lookout is like a backcountry hotel. It's stocked with a bed, a gas stove, prepackaged food, a fireplace, games, puzzles, everything but a restroom. That requires a trip downstairs to the outhouse. What we might have enjoyed most were the journals and the creative entries, including this one about a monster that supposedly lives in the woods near the fire lookout. We saw no sign of the beast, only footprints of a much tamer animal. So Mackenzie had no problem sleeping. And the next morning, we awoke to a stunning sunrise. We spent the next morning playing in the snow and sledding on a battered old sled we found in the woodshed below the lookout. As is customary at the rentals, we cleaned the cabin and chopped wood for the next visitors. Then we packed our gear and started the 3-mile hike back to the car. This time, Mackenzie only needed an hour to make the hike. She said there was only one thing she didn't like about our trip. She wished we had stayed one more night.